Welcome to Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, your show for compassionate living without sacrifice. On this episode, Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle prepares for the holidays. We'll continue our series on vegan wines, joined again by Frances Gonzales, who introduces us to an orange wine. Another Grechetto as in the first episode of this season, but with a strikingly different flavor to the one we tasted last time. We'll also talk animal rescue and Guinea hens. Then I'll share with you a traditional Calabrian sweets recipe that has been a special part of the holiday season for me since childhood. LVL is here for you with these holiday gift ideas to live your best vegan life. There's a lot more to being vegan than just food. Even what vegans drink has to be taken into consideration. For those who can enjoy wine, there are certain ingredients to look out for, from the soil up. Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle is partnering with Vegan Wines to bring you a series on vegan wines. On this episode, Frances Gonzales, founder of Vegan Wines, brings us one of the best-selling wines from her portfolio, an orange Grechetto, along with some suggestions for the holidays. With us is Frances Gonzales of Vegan Wines, who you'll remember from Season 2, Episode 1, when she gave us an intro to vegan wines, and we tasted a Grechetto. Today again, she brought another Grechetto, which is a bit different from the one we tasted last time, and she's going to tell us about it. Frances, thanks so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, what a pleasure. So last time we had this beautiful yellow golden Grechetto from the Umbria region of Italy, and today we're trying this beautifully golden, like sunset, sunrise, orange Grechetto.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Tell us about this cantina, this winery in Umbria.
It's in Simio from Iraldo. What he does different is that he during the fermentation, he leaves a contact of the skin for 50 days.
Well, what does that mean to people who don't know about wine?
Yeah, no, it's very simple. It keeps the color. Like, you can see the difference in the color. I mean, it's not your typical Grechetto color, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we consider this orange wines.
Okay.
So orange wines is basically the winemaking of red wines, but in the white wine method.
Wow. Okay.
That's another topic, but this is what he does. But what I love about it is when we went to visit him, we just found the sign on the side of the road.
Oh God.
So no Google Maps, no nothing. And we actually caught him in the middle of working, and him and his father, our language barrier was, a little bit, off, but I know Spanish and he knows Italian, so we understood each other enough.
Mm-hmm.
And once I tasted the wines, I was like, oh my gosh, so different. So he's into winemaking, natural winemaking.
Okay.
So that's his thing, no chemicals, no. What sparked the interest on continuing the talk was they're different. All his wines are different, and I was very curious to know why and how, and just knowing that it's very hot. That's a very hot climate, right?
Yeah,
Region.
yes.
So it's high in alcohol, but he explains it so well why it's high in alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
The grapes, when they get harvested, they ripen, so that creates more alcohol at the end.
Okay.
So if he was to make it less alcohol percentage, he would be putting chemicals or changing something that wasn't natural.
Oh wow.
So to keep it natural, he has to let the percentage of the alcohol stay.
So we were saying that this is different from the Grechetto that we tasted in the last episode.
Yeah.
Let's taste this and see what the difference is.
Yes, for sure. And even in the nose, it's a sweeter nose balance than before. It's more like dried flowers, when you smell dry flowers.
It has almost a brandy taste.
I mean, yes.
This is I would have this as like an after dinner wine. It's very nice.
It's different, right?
Yeah.
So now that we tasted the Grechetto last week, we tasted the Grechetto last time, and now this time you can taste the difference. But what's beautiful about it is that it's the same wine region. So it just shows you that it's the winemaker that makes the wine.
Yeah.
You know?
It's amazing. What a difference. I mean, you would never, you would never think that it's the same type of wine.
Yeah. Like he says, Hiraldo says, my wines are rock stars.
Aww.
He says, you have one of these, you cannot drink a whole bottle of this, but it's definitely...
Which is nice, because if you want something to just sip,
yes,
while you're in Umbria, overlooking the hills and the trees on the terrace, or if you're in New York or wherever you are,
yes,
in quarantine, and you want to be transported somewhere else, this will be doing it.
Definitely. But yes, Hiraldo is very much into natural winemaking, and just for him to do the fermentation, the 50 days in skin contact just changes so much.
It really does. It really does.
And the fact that it's a hot wine region, and it makes that that little kick butt kind of feeling.
It did. She saw my face. It did kick my butt, but not in a way that you're like it's a very warming, unexpected flavor.
Yeah, a lot of people that even drink Grechetto that are in the wine industry, when they taste this one, they're like, okay, this one got me off guard, but we sold out of it.
Wow.
We have to restock, and it's a small winery, so it's not like we can have a lot of it, but we sold out. That's how, and people loved it. They reordered it, and now we have it in stock again.
You can see it. It's a very special wine. And I suspect that another part of you wanting to collaborate with them is they do animal rescue.
Yes. When I meet the winemakers, it usually takes about a year before we get everything going. So the more I got to learn about the winemaker, the more I was like, wow, this is like, I like him, his family. His wife she goes, he does the wine, and I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I go feed the animals. So, they rescue animals. They rescue more sheep than anything.
Oh, sweet. Which in Italy that's
exactly.
a huge thing, because veganism is, Leonardo da Vinci was a vegetarian.
Yeah.
But veganism is just becoming more diffuse in Italy in the past few years, so I would imagine that animal rescue is a very, kind of unique thing, especially lamb, which is during, let's say, Easter time for the Roman Catholics in that country. It's a very precarious time for lambs. So, do you know how she got into this? How she?
I don't. I know that she is. I wouldn't say vegan, but she's plant-based, and they did a whole spread for us when we went there. I mean, we had so much food on a baked table.
So Italian.
Oh gosh, yes, I was so happy. But you can tell that the way she cooked and served this is like a normal routine, It wasn't like, let me go look at the cookbook and see what I can make for these people.
Because Italians, food is, to any culture, but every meal pretty much is very, maybe breakfast is not so special as, to, let's say, Americans, whether you're a non-vegan who eats the bacon, egg, all that stuff, or someone healthy who eats oatmeal. The breakfast is the important. In Italy, it's more like a croissant and an espresso, or just a piece of toast. It's kind of more a quick thing. And then the family meal is the one that's important, whether it's lunch where they take like a 2 or 3 hour break, or dinner. Now dinner's becoming more diffuse because people are working longer hours. They're becoming more like the States in that aspect, sadly. But it's just a way of life to eat fresh foods. Non-GMO there are strict laws for non-GMO against genetically modifying foods in Europe, and Italy is one of the big countries for that. So
yes, because when I asked him, so do you use animal products in your soil? He was like, why would I do that?
Wow.
He was like, no, but why would you even do that, you know? So, I mean, he attends to his vineyard and everything is natural. And you can taste from his wines.
So you're a very good source. You know, when you're looking to go completely vegan, Frances is a very good source because she does the work for you.
Yeah.
So we don't need to read the labels. We don't need to Google and make sure that, you know, the vineyard, the cantina, the winery is vegan. Frances does the work, and you can just go to her and buy a delicious wine without concerns. So speaking of animal rescue, you also collaborate with someone up near Gardiner where you live.
In New York.
Tell us about these two.
So Safe Haven is animal sanctuary. They rescue, they have over 120 animals.
Wow.
Chickens, cows, turkeys. We actually just did a video with the turkeys. As we were talking about, we went there, and pigs, horses. So those, you know, those animals that they have, and it's a husband and wife that own it. I met them through the vegan lady boss. I met the owner.
Sweet.
So that's how we met in the Hudson Valley one. And the owner she's just amazing. And she said, hey, why don't you come up, you know, let's do a virtual, you know, taping a video, you know, to collaborate. And I was like, no, that's okay. I'll go there. You know, I mean, I love animals, so I'm going to go there, and went there, and we sat right on haze, and all the turkeys were around us. It's very hard for them with COVID right now. They can't have visitors like normal, you know, to get some donations to keep them going. So we wanted to try to help, you know, any way we can.
And you have a holiday collaboration bundle with them. Tell us about that.
So we have announced it on World Vegan Day, and it is 3 wines, and actually it's one of, you know, those wine in the bundle. And then we collaborate with Powered by Plants Consulting, Rebecca. She is a consulting on all to get you healthy, especially people that are not vegan, that are trying to, you know, don't know how to convert, or, you know, trying to get back healthy. So she makes this holiday feast for Thanksgiving or Christmas. So she alternates year, but this year with COVID, she's doing it twice, and she's sharing it with us. So for the club members, they get the 3 wines. They get the recipe, which even has a shopping list, so you know where to get it, how to get it. And it's very simple. If I can cook it, anyone can cook it. I love to eat. I'm not much of a cook. And then
eat and drink.
Yes, exactly. COVID has given me a hard training course, but on cooking. But
I think I suspect who bought all the
yes, exactly.
Why you're sold out?
I know. I love this wine so much. It just, you know, when he says his wine's a rock star, it's also him. When you see him, you know, he's very energetic and outgoing, and you can taste it in the wine. Yeah, you know what I mean? When winemakers, they put their passion. When they put their passion into wine, you can taste the personality.
When you said that, I think in the back of my mind, I was like, well, the wine is him, right?
Yeah, when you taste it, you're like, yeah, that's him. But so the bundle we'll have it all through Christmas. Right. So yeah, and then so it's the 3 wines, the recipe, and $10 for each bundle goes to Safe Haven Sanctuary.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
this is a great gift. This is great to order for yourself, right? To entertain, if we are not having guests during the holidays because of COVID, then it's a great way to celebrate with whomever you're with on your own, or whomever is in your limited, and also to send us gifts to people.
Exactly.
Right, because then you're giving in more ways than one.
You are, and this is. I know I won't be visiting my family. You know, I can't go to Puerto Rico right now, so it's good to have the spread, at least in your house, at least getting the feeling of that, and knowing that you're helping, you know, others.
Absolutely. You have your own mini rescue.
We rescue guinea hens. So we didn't know we were going to do this.
I have a feeling you and Eric do a lot of things that you didn't ever think you were due.
Not at all. Especially, since we travel, we were like, okay, we travel for the wines.
Mm-hmm.
And we rescued a few, and then the more we got into it, the more we noticed that people rescue chickens, they rescue turkeys. Nobody knows about guinea hens, really.
Tell us tell us what we need to know about guinea hens and how you guys fell into being the mama and papa of these sweeties.
Yeah, so it was either grab them, get them, or they were going to become part of the food industry. So, of course.
So people don't realize when you eat eggs, there's so much. It's not just like, you can't say, I ate a free-range egg, which doesn't exist, in the sense that eggs don't run. They're taken from animals.
Yeah.
But then there's so much collateral damage that happens. So the males are affected because they're basically considered useless and discardable.
I know, and that's why we have a lot more males than we do. And guinea hens are, Eric always says, if you will have a neighbor you really don't like, get guinea hens, because they are loud. Anytime, you don't need an alarm system with them, because anytime they even sense anything, oh my gosh, they start with their, now we know the type of cries when they cry, when there's something very alarming, like there's an animal that's, it's a predator to them, or if it's just, hey, there goes UPS guy coming down,
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, you can never be bored with a guinea hen, and they're like roosters in a sense that they will fight each other till death, So,
and why is this?
Because they mate with their female for life.
Okay.
So if they're not going to let that other male get near her, so they will fight her. So what we had to build was sections, timeout rooms, okay, so we've gotten to the point now, thank goodness, that we gave them enough timeouts that they're getting better and better.
So they're training?
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing.
Yeah, they're very smart. Oh my gosh, they're so smart. The one thing different about them versus chickens, that chickens eat their own eggs for the shell for calcium, right? Guinea hens don't. I've tried to give it back to them, and then I was like, okay, no, we're just gonna give it to the raccoons. But the other thing about them is that they are very. Chickens are more like friendly. They hug you. Guinea hens, they're not made to be. None of the animals were made to be domestic, but they refuse. They want to be free. They still run away from me like I'm trying to do something to them versus I'm trying to help you. But they're independent. They have their own personality. So now we rescue more. So because we know that a lot of people don't know about them and don't know how to take care of them, so we've learned and do the hard ways as well, unfortunately. But there's a need out there for that. There is, because they're living like all of us, and they are very special animals. So if you ever don't have you have a neighbor that you don't like, get yourself some guinea hens. Yeah, so you can never be bored with them.
I don't think you're ever bored anyway.
No.
You're always on the move.
Yeah.
So people can order the bundle right on veganwines.com.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, you just go on the bundles and there it is. And there's a story to the link, so you can learn more about Safe Haven.
Okay.
So exactly what they do.
Great, love it. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
And we'll
me.
look forward to next time.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Find out more about orange wines, the Vegan Wines Holiday Bundle, and guinea hens at veganwines.com. Now for one of my favorite recipes. Scadi, or dried figs, are a staple in my vegan kitchen, either plain or dressed up. This recipe is one from my childhood, but leveled up. The original recipe calls for them to be stuffed with walnuts, dried mandarin peel, and perhaps a piece of chocolate, then baked and enjoyed warm. It's a rich yet healthy dessert to bring as a holiday dinner guest or serve your guests, a vegan gift idea, or to kick back with your feet up and indulge on your own, even a quick energy-boosting snack. Let's go to the kitchen. Look at these beauties. Let's go make them. Here's how. You will need 20 dried figs, cut in half, but not all the way through. Half cup walnut pieces, 5 small mandarin oranges, preferably organic since we're eating the peel, 2 cups water, 1 1/4 cup sugar, 10 ounces vegan chocolate chips, and 1 cup non-dairy milk. Gently wash the mandarins using a vegetable brush if needed. Slice a small piece from the top and from the bottom. Score it and carefully remove the peel. Slice the peel into 1/8-inch strips. Place the strips in a pot and cover with water. Bring to a boil, drain, and repeat. Return the strips to the pot. Pour in 2 cups water and 1 cup sugar. Bring to a boil and reduce the heat to a simmer for 30 to 35 minutes. Meanwhile, prepare your figs. Stuff them each with a piece of walnut and a chocolate chip. Once the peels become slightly translucent, remove them from the heat and let them cool for 5 minutes. Drain the strips, reserving the liquid to sweeten drinks and other recipes. Place the strips on parchment paper and coat 2/3 of them with the remaining 1/4 cup sugar. Place it on a rack to dry overnight. I'm using my dehydrator rack over a plate. Slice the non-sugar coated strips into 1/4-inch pieces. Place 1 piece of the orange into each fig and seal it, pressing the fig edges. Fill a medium-sized saucepan with about 3 inches of water. Bring to a boil. Reduce the heat to simmer and place your bowl of chocolate chips atop the pan. Stir gently until the chocolate chips are melted. When the chocolate is fully melted, remove it from the heat. Place the cup of non-dairy milk in a saucepan and heat to warm. When the milk heats up, pour it into the chocolate and stir until smooth. Once the ganache is smooth, set it aside for 1 hour to cool and thicken. Take some of the orange peel strips and twist them into little twirls. Take the fig by the stem, dip it in the ganache, and place it on a parchment paper lined plate. Take one of the orange peel twists and place it on top. Let them set and cool in the fridge until completely hardened. So lush. I can hardly wait to share them. Do I want to share? Add your own twist or delight in any of the individual components on their own. Find everything you need to make this recipe and more at luciaveganlifestyle.com. Subscribe to Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle on YouTube to watch previous episodes and follow on social media for exclusives and to find out what will be airing next. Go to luciaveganlifestyle.com and see what's in store for you to help you live your best vegan life. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, your show for compassionate living without sacrifice. I'm Lucia, I'm vegan, and this is my lifestyle.